finished making this film, those feelings were still there of, okay, I guess I dust that under the rug and figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Go and get a real job sort of thing. So far, like, it's beyond what I could have imagined.
Sync mark.
My name's Lachlan Pendagron. I am nominated for an Oscar. I am 27 years old. I grew up in Brisbane. I was really into filmmaking. I would, play with cameras and things at lunchtime and at school, and I would run the media tent on sport days. I just really enjoyed it. And I applied for film school, but I didn't get into that. So I had animation as a backup. You're starting with things that you've made yourself and you're seeing them brought to life. Yeah, stop motion as an art form doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess, financially. It's very inefficient, it's not very practical, and it does beg the question, why would you go to all that effort? And so part of the reason I made this film was thinking about that question.
These are very uncomfortable chairs. I mean, really bad. You sit on these all day? Wow.
It's just a dream. It's not real. It's just a dream. An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I Think I Believe It is a short film about an office worker who isn't very good at their job. He sells toasters and isn't very good at it. But at the same time is also realizing that they're in a stop-motion animation.
Question everything, young man. The world is not quite what it seems.
So I made this film in my mum's living room for about 10 months during lockdown, and so that meant I could, go to sleep and wake up, oh, and here I am in the office, literally a miniature office set up in the lounge room. You don't set out to be Oscar nominated when you're making a student film.
What's Lachlan like as a student? I would say he's quite a vulnerable sort of character. Like, he comes across as being quite sensitive, and I think part of that just naturally gets channeled into his characters, especially when he narrates them. It's just Lachlan being channeled into his characters.
Hey Gav, what did you do before you worked here?
Hey? I don't know. I guess no one's really ever asked me that before.
When you're supervising student works, you all get a bit over it. With Lachlan's film, I remember us laughing, every time he showed us new material.
Did you think you would be nominated for an Oscar?
No.
So I finished this film, and like a few months later it got into another festival and another one, and it kept snowballing. Then a few months later went to the Student Academy Awards. From that I was able to submit it to the Oscars.
Up now, the nominees for Best Animated Short Film.
So I stayed up late and watched it live with everyone else.
An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I Think I Believe It.
And then you see your film's name read out, which for me is An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I Think I Believe It.
No comment. Here are the nominees. Performance by an actor in a supporting role.
I didn't go to sleep that night. I was just too excited, sort of pacing around the house going, oh my gosh.
Good morning and congratulations.
The day after the nomination, I was on Channel 7. I was did a live cross to ABC, was on the phone to radio stations around Australia.
I walked into work and he'd announced it on the radio that he was taking his mum. It seems pretty surreal because he just made a film here in the lounge room. Okay, yeah, well, we're just going to the Oscars, yeah, so it's an average family. Average family trip to the Oscars.
Oh yes, looking good. Okay, come on through, let's go.
I think I'm looking forward to seeing all these filmmakers that I look up to, and being a nominee kind of gives you that license to go up and have a little chat.
You probably see the Aussie contingent there. Yeah. Richard Wilkins, mate. Richard Wilkins will be there, I'm sure.
It is appealing, this idea of him, without any kind of professional connections. You know, the only expertise he was getting was from people like us.
There's hope for all of us then, isn't there?
He's worked so hard, he totally deserves to have this opportunity. And yeah, it's wonderful when your kids get to a pinnacle like so high in this industry. It's fantastic. So yeah, it's really good.
It's nice that we can do these sort of things in our living room. Like you can make a film by yourself and it can go this far. And yeah, I hope that inspires people to give it a thought of like, oh, maybe I could do something like that. And yeah, that would be amazing.